Hello and welcome. My name is Brendan. I am the lead trainer here on this Three Amigos training team. And I gotta tell you, I'm pretty excited because when the board approached us last year after our annual training event and said, these work great, but the cost is getting out of hand, we need to do something different. I knew that Jessica, Stephen, and I were going to be the team of choice to come up with this new program. And, they gave us a list that was a tall order. I think, we were the team for the job. So, when they told us that we need to figure out the ideal location for these trainings, we need to, come up with the appropriate preparation materials, a roadmap. We need to have activities for our trainees to undergo. We need to have a way of interacting and learning from the learners. We need to take in that kind of feedback and solve issues within the program. There was a long list of things that the new program had to be able to do, and as we go through here, I think we're going to see that we've really got a great solution here, and I think we're going to not only save a lot of money, but provide another level of excellent training to our employees. So I'm really excited to get into it. So first things first, again, my name is Brendan. I'm going to be your lead trainer. And I wanted to start out by giving you the name to our program, and that's Mentor. Mentor. It stands for Meaningful Emotional Needs Training on Rotation. And that's really going to be a little glimpse into what this program is going to be all about. But using mentorship on a rotating basis to make sure people are getting a diverse look at how to solve problems and how to provide value within this company is going to be where our focus is. Everybody stop what you're doing. It's activity time. Jessica, take it away. As we look at how we want to layer a training program, and I don't mean layer as in an ogre, because ogres are like onions, but it's not like that. We took the approach of looking at this training program like it was an Ironman. And I don't mean this kind of Ironman. I mean this kind of Ironman. A long, multidisciplinary endurance race with the end goal of just achieving something that at the beginning looked like it was going to be impossible. I don't know if anybody's familiar with an Ironman, but it's about 140 miles total, and it is quite the doozy of a race. So as we jump in, we're going to talk more about how this multidisciplinary approach to a training program really, in a lot of ways, is similar to what we're trying to achieve. And before we jump into, to state the goals of our program, if I haven't made it clear already, is we want our trainees to get the most out of our existing workers so that they can go out and do the job that we're asking them to do with success. So that's our main goal. So to jump in to the 70-20-10 rule really quick, this is going to be really where the wheels hit the pavement. We are going to take the 70-20-10 rule that focuses on experiential learning as the core strategy for really having adherence when it comes to a program. We want this program to take the skills we're trying to teach to our new employees and ingrain it in them so that they know exactly what they need to do. There's no questions, just a very easy, seamless process. And then we want to also help facilitate the social aspect of that. And that's where these mentors are going to come into play. And when we combine those, and we can really help facilitate and execute on a high level program, we're going to be able to hit 90%. And I think, when we sprinkle in some of the in-person sessions that are going to round out that 10%, I think we're really going to be looking at the making of a great program here. And I know what you're asking yourself, and that is, what is this process going to look like? We know that there's going to be mentors involved, but we want to make sure that we are really creating an environment where these new employees are going to be learning on the job and also, really growing as a new employee. We want them to go through, just like in an Ironman, the phases that are going to be involved in this program. So the first one is going to be, who is Autodesk, what do we do, and how do we do it? This is going to be really the foundation that we're going to set for understanding what our roles are trying to accomplish. So that's our swim. That's where we come in. We're doing a 2.4-mile swim, nice and steady. This is an important phase of this training, because just like in an Ironman, the swim gets it all started, gets the heart beating really heavy. And the next phase is going to be where the mentorship really starts to pick up, and that's going to be in shadowing an entire project from start to finish. So over the next 3 months, we want our new employees to take what they learn about how we do things and what we do and watch it in action. We want them to see an experienced mentor go from A to Z on a project, and that's going to be our bike ride. This is going to be the point where our employees really want to push. Like in an Ironman, you get through that halfway point, you feel like you're really starting to hit your stride and you want to keep pushing, but don't forget you've got a marathon in front of you. So you get on the bike, you're going. This is our learning phase. This is where we ask questions. This is where the mentorship really starts to take hold. This is where we're forming a community within our employee base. This is where we're gathering feedback from our employees. How are the mentors doing? And really fine-tuning our employees so that they can get ready for the third phase, which is taking on a project themselves. Now, this is the marathon, okay? This is where our employees are going to, for the first time, be responsible for a outcome. They are going to produce an outcome for this company, and we want to, with the help of the mentor, put them in a position to be successful in actually completing the tasks that are involved with their job. So really important in this phase that we're looking at every piece of this mentorship relationship and maybe seeing if this might be the right opportunity to do a rotation and find a new mentor for this person to learn from as they go through this process. And that's part of that mentor acronym. The R is on rotation. So we want to make sure that the exposure that our employees are getting is constantly varied. We can't keep it stagnant, otherwise they're only going to learn from one person, and that can go against what our true intention is a little bit. But how are we going to do this? We're looking at a mentorship program. There's 3 phases. I keep bringing up this crazy stuff about Ironman, but really the way we're going to do this is by utilizing a couple different strategies that we're going to be able to implement, some of which are even already implemented today. But this is how we're going to make this a real life experience for our coworkers. And like I've been talking about this entire time, it's going to come from mentorship. I don't know if you guys thought that I was going to tie in Marvel's Ironman after I was talking about the race on Ironman, but I thought that was a pretty sweet segue. In the movie where they bring in Spider-Man, he is mentored by Iron Man. And this is really going to be a great example for us as we move through this process. We're going to use a couple different strategies, like I mentioned. Working from home is just a key benefit that we offer our employees, and we want to make sure we're continuing that benefit and not having it be an inhibitor to our training program. There's a lot of people who rely on this level of flexibility to get their job done, to be a part of this company, and we want them to continue to enjoy that benefit. So we're going to keep pushing on with the work from home, and we really want to hit on that this is a huge benefit that we're going to allow them to continue to work from home. This isn't going to be a limiter. It's not a limiter. This is a positive. We're providing value to our employees. Microsoft Teams. I'm not sure how many people within this company so far have really gotten integrated into Microsoft Teams. We have it. I know a lot of departments use it a lot, and I think this is going to be a really natural progression for us to take our training online. Right now, what it's allowing us to do is take things like file sharing, screen sharing, organize meetings, use web-based calling, a lot of different features that are going to amplify this work from home stature that we're going to take. We want, a conference call over the computer scheduled through your Microsoft Outlook through Teams to be easy to do. We want you to be able to share your screen, show examples, field phone calls, the whole deal, all from one application. And it's really going to integrate really nicely into this mentorship from home strategy. The last piece, again, I want to tie this back into the 70-20-10 rule, that 70 being working from home and working in the experience of which you're going to do can be kind of a tough thing to do, but where we take these technologies and these flexibilities and really bring them into a refined training program is by introducing microlearning. When our mentors are working with the mentees, no matter where they are, they're going to be able to provide feedback instantly on everything that's getting done. So whether that's feedback to an employee who's asked a question or an employee performing a task and needing feedback on it, we're going to be able to really incorporate microlearning through every step of this process, and it's going to make the whole program that much more effective because the research has shown that this microlearning, there's really something to it. So we want to make sure we're incorporating that and getting the most out of every interaction our employees have together. So, to wrap it all up, again, the overarching goal of this program is the adherence. We will have failed as the L&D department if our employees can't attach or commit to a person, cause, or belief. In this case, our training program and the information we're trying to relay to them. One thing that I strongly believe when it comes to adherence programs is that this is actually the best indicator of a quality training program. And a lot of times it's going to come down to the mentor and how well that program went. So we're very aware of that. We're going to make sure, like I said, it's a rotational program. But, this is going to be a program where we're going to gather feedback the whole way through from our mentors and our mentees, and at the end of the day or the end of the program, we're going to be able to see, is this employee able to produce a product in their business function. So that could be varying levels from every person, and some people are going to need a little bit more time and some people are going to need less time. We're very aware of that, but as we gather feedback through each phase, as we rotate mentors, we're going to constantly be putting out surveys. We're going to collect information and fine-tune this program, because at the end of the day, we have a very strong belief that this is going to be the way forward for our training. And if we aren't able to take the data and learn from our employees, then we're never going to be able to continue to maintain the standard that they're going to expect from us from a learning and development standpoint. So that is it. I think that, like I said, we've got a great program. I think we're going to be able to create a positive environment, a strong community within our company. I think this is going to help culture in a number of other ways. And I'm excited to hear what everybody has to say. And again, my name is Brendan, and I look forward to talking to you more.